Charles and Camilla's nicknames on it. This happened just 2 weeks before their wedding.
I was at the end of my tether. I was desperate.
After years of suffering from public torment, Camilla was finally recognized as King Charles's wife and was even crowned queen, despite her scandalous affair with Charles in the past. Based on the current results, many people believe that this complicated love triangle actually hides another truth that Camilla may be innocent. After years of searching for answers, it was discovered that it was actually Diana who chose to confront Camilla, not the other way around. Is this inference true? Let's discover the truth below. From the outside, the marriage between King Charles III and Princess Diana was heralded as a fairy tale come true, a young, radiant princess capturing the heart of the heir to the throne. The public adored Diana for her beauty, grace, and compassionate nature, seeing her as the perfect complement to Charles, who was seen as in need of a loving partner by his side. However, behind this facade of romance and royal splendor lay a more intricate and less romantic reality. As detailed by royal biographer Christopher Anderson and echoed by Jessica Jane in her insights into Camilla Parker Bowles, the story of Charles and Diana's union was not solely a matter of love and destiny, but also one of strategy and maneuvering within the royal circles. Camilla Parker Bowles, a significant figure in Charles's life long before Diana appeared on the scene, played a crucial role in the selection of Diana as Charles's bride. Alongside Lady Dale Kanga Tryon, another of Charles's close confidants, Camilla reportedly drew up a list of potential brides for Charles. Their intention was not only to find a suitable match for the future king, but also to ensure that Charles's relationship with Camilla could continue discreetly. The reasoning behind Camilla's involvement in choosing Diana was pragmatic. As Charles's mistress, she understood the complexities of his position as heir to the throne. Charles needed to marry and produce heirs to secure the future of the monarchy. Camilla likely believed that a young, inexperienced bride like Diana might be more accepting or oblivious to Charles's ongoing affair with her. In her view, Diana could be molded or influenced within the constraints of royal life, making it easier for Camilla and Charles to maintain their relationship out of the public eye. Jessica Jane's analysis of Camilla's perspective further illuminates this calculated approach. Camilla reportedly did not perceive Diana as a threat, but rather as someone who could be managed or influenced to their advantage. Diana's youth and idealism perhaps made her less attuned to the nuances of Charles and Camilla's relationship dynamics, allowing them to continue their affair with relative discretion. As the wedding between Charles and Diana approached, Camilla's role in the royal drama took on a strategic dimension. According to insights from the Channel 5 documentary, Charles and Di: The Truth Behind Their Wedding, Camilla made a deliberate effort to befriend Diana, perhaps to allay suspicions and mask her deeper relationship with Charles. 5 months prior to the royal wedding, Camilla invited Diana to lunch, a gesture seemingly intended to establish rapport and reassure the young bride. During this lunch, as detailed by actress Tracy Oberman in the documentary, Camilla reportedly attempted to downplay any romantic involvement with Charles. She allegedly told Diana that her interest in spending time with Charles revolved around his passion for hunting. However, this attempt at reassurance backfired to some extent, as Diana later confided to Andrew Morton in a private interview, as reported by Town and Country. Diana recounted feeling uneasy during the conversation, particularly when Camilla fixated on whether Diana would be joining Charles for hunting at Highgrove, their country estate. Diana recalled Camilla's peculiar line of questioning, where she asked if Diana intended to hunt and seemed overly concerned about the matter. Diana's response, a straightforward no, was met with an awkward and somewhat evasive reply from Camilla, further highlighting the complexity of their relationship dynamics. This interaction left Diana with a distinct impression that there was more to Camilla's connection with Charles than mere friendship. From Diana's perspective, this lunch served as a pivotal moment of realization. It underscored Camilla's significant presence in Charles's life and hinted at the depth of their bond, which extended beyond platonic friendship. Despite Camilla's efforts to befriend Diana and reassure her, this encounter ultimately contributed to Diana's growing awareness of the complexities within Charles's inner circle and the role that Camilla played therein. The episode Diana recounted to Andrew Morton in her private interview sheds light on the profound emotional turmoil she experienced. The scene unfolded in Charles's study, where Diana found herself in a conversation with her fiancé just before his departure for a 5-week trip. In the midst of their discussion, the telephone rang. It was Camilla. This interruption became a pivotal moment, a stark reminder of Camilla's pervasive presence in Charles's life. Diana vividly recalled the inner conflict she faced at that moment. Should she stay and compete with Camilla for Charles's attention or gracefully exit the room? Ultimately, Diana chose the latter, opting to leave them to it, as she recounted to Morton. This decision, while seemingly pragmatic, underscored the deep-seated discomfort and insecurity Diana felt in her relationship with Charles, exacerbated by Camilla's frequent interjections into their private moments. The emotional toll on Diana was palpable. The photograph capturing her in tears, clad in a red coat as Charles departed, symbolized more than mere sadness over his departure. It encapsulated the emotional strain of a woman grappling with her fiancé's divided loyalties. Diana confessed to Morton that the incident broke my heart, highlighting the profound hurt and vulnerability she experienced as she navigated the complexities of her engagement and impending marriage. Beyond these poignant moments, Diana also began to perceive the depth of Charles's emotional connection to Camilla. She confided in Morton that Camilla seemed privy to intimate details of Charles's life and decisions, suggesting a level of familiarity and trust that further unsettled Diana. This realization deepened her sense of isolation and insecurity as she grappled with the reality that her fiancé's heart and confidences were shared in part with another woman. Despite growing concerns and subtle hints, Diana initially struggled to grasp the true nature of Charles and Camilla's closeness. Reflecting on her naivety at the time, Diana admitted to Andrew Morton in private recordings that she was too immature to fully comprehend the signals and messages indicating Charles's ongoing affair. This admission underscores the innocence and vulnerability of a 19-year-old bride thrust into the complexities of royal life and marriage. The pivotal moment of realization came shortly before the royal wedding when Diana stumbled upon tangible proof of Charles's affection for Camilla. Recounting the incident to Morton, Diana described entering Charles's office and innocently inquiring about a parcel she noticed. Her curiosity piqued. She persisted despite a royal staffer's warning, ultimately discovering a bracelet intended as a gift for Camilla later that evening. The shock and devastation Diana felt upon this discovery were profound. Here was tangible evidence, in the form of a gift from Charles to Camilla, that shattered her hopes of being the sole object of Charles's affection. In her candid conversations with Morton, Diana revealed the depth of her emotional turmoil, admitting she was devastated by the revelation. Beyond the immediate hurt, Diana also grappled with deeper fears about the future of her marriage. She confided in Morton that the discovery of the bracelet symbolized more than just Charles's infidelity. It suggested to her that Charles had already resigned himself to the idea that their marriage might not work out. This realization cast a shadow over Diana's optimism and added layers of doubt to her already fragile state of mind as she approached her wedding day. This poignant episode encapsulates the profound personal struggle Diana faced in reconciling her romantic ideals with the harsh realities of her relationship with Charles. It marked a turning point in her understanding of the dynamics within their engagement, propelling her into a marriage fraught with expectations, uncertainties, and emotional complexities that would eventually play out on the world stage. In the midst of mounting doubts and heartache, Princess Diana confronted a pivotal moment of decision that would shape the course of her life and the destiny of the British monarchy. The discovery of the bracelet intended for Camilla Parker Bowles, coupled with the realization of Charles's infidelity, plunged Diana into a profound crisis just weeks before her wedding day. Recalling the moment she found the incriminating evidence, Diana recounted to Andrew Morton in private conversations how she was struck by the stark reality of Charles's betrayal. The bracelet served as a tangible reminder of the illicit relationship Charles shared with Camilla, shattering Diana's illusions of a fairy tale romance. Overwhelmed with anguish and disbelief, Diana sought solace with her sisters, seeking their counsel in a moment of deep personal turmoil. During a poignant lunch with her sisters, Diana expressed her anguish and uncertainty about moving forward with the wedding. In her own words to Morton, Diana recalled telling them, "I can't marry him. I can't do this. This is absolutely unbelievable." Her sisters, understanding the gravity of Diana's predicament, responded with a mix of sympathy and pragmatism, reminding her of the weight of her royal responsibilities. In the midst of her emotional turmoil, Diana's sisters gently nudged her to consider the broader implications of her decision. They emphasized her commitment not only to Charles, but also to the monarchy itself. Diana later recounted their supportive but realistic advice, remembering that they pointed out, "Well, bad luck, Dutch. Your face is on the tea towel, so you're too late to chicken out." This statement encapsulated the stark reality Diana faced. Her life had become intricately intertwined with the expectations and duties of the royal family. Despite her personal anguish and desire to extricate herself from a marriage marred by betrayal, Diana found herself bound by duty and public expectation. The high-profile nature of their relationship made any withdrawal from the engagement almost impossible without causing significant public and institutional upheaval. Thus, despite her deep emotional wounds and reservations, Diana ultimately felt compelled to proceed with the wedding. The path forward was fraught with uncertainty and emotional turmoil, yet Diana resolved to fulfill her obligations as a future queen consort, despite the personal sacrifices and heartache it entailed. The wedding of Princess Diana to King Charles III at Westminster Abbey on July 29, 1981, marked a momentous occasion celebrated worldwide, yet behind the scenes, Diana grappled with unsettling realizations that would haunt her throughout her marriage. As Diana walked down the aisle, amidst the splendor and grandeur of the ceremony, her eyes inadvertently sought out Camilla Parker Bowles, whose presence in a pale gray hat remains etched in Diana's memory. In private recordings made for journalist Andrew Morton, Diana candidly admitted her awareness of Camilla's significance in Charles's life. She recalled thinking, "Well, there we are. That's it. Let's hope that's all over with." However, the reality of Charles and Camilla's relationship became painfully apparent to Diana during their honeymoon. Far from being a private retreat for the newlyweds to enjoy each other's company, the honeymoon was fraught with the demands of royal duties. Diana lamented to Morton that they barely had time to connect intimately. The early 1990s marked a tumultuous period for Prince Charles, Camilla Parker Bowles, and their families, largely shaped by a scandal that forever altered their lives and relationships. At the heart of this turmoil was a secretly recorded intimate phone call between Charles and Camilla dating back to 1989. This transcript, kept under wraps for several years, eventually surfaced in the public domain, triggering a chain of events that reverberated throughout the British monarchy. The leaked phone call proved to be a pivotal moment, profoundly impacting not only Charles and Camilla's personal lives, but also the broader royal family dynamics. According to royal expert Wayne Francis, the scandalous revelation left Camilla's then-husband, Andrew Parker Bowles, deeply uncomfortable and embarrassed. The fallout from the leaked call led to the end of both Charles's marriage to Princess Diana and Camilla's marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles. It thrust Charles into a spotlight of scrutiny and criticism, with many questioning his suitability as the future king. Howard Hodgson, who had insights into Charles's thoughts during this period, recounted the profound impact the scandal had on the Prince of Wales. Hodgson revealed in an interview with Marie Claire that Charles feared he would never be able to escape the shadow of the scandal, which threatened to overshadow significant moments in his life, including his eventual coronation. The repercussions extended beyond Charles himself, deeply affecting his family members, especially his children, Prince William and Prince Harry. Hodgson emphasized that Charles harbored deep regret and shame for the embarrassment caused to his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and the pain inflicted upon both his and Camilla's children as a result of the scandal becoming public knowledge. The release of the intimate phone call between Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles in 1993 created a media firestorm that engulfed both the royal family and the broader public sphere. This unprecedented breach of privacy not only exposed the personal lives of Charles and Camilla, but also raised significant questions about the security and integrity of the British monarchy. Immediately following the publication of the phone call transcripts, Prince Charles and Camilla found themselves under intense scrutiny from the media. For weeks, newspapers and tabloids seized upon the scandalous content of the conversation, dissecting every detail of their relationship and its implications. The Los Angeles Times, among other publications, speculated on the potential fallout, suggesting that the controversy could jeopardize Charles's future as the heir to the throne after Queen Elizabeth II. Deidre Sanders, writing for The Sun, captured the paradoxical sentiments of the public and media alike. She remarked on the intimate and surprisingly human nature of the conversation between Charles and Camilla, despite the fact that both were cheating on their respective spouses at the time. However, Sanders also acknowledged that the leak tarnished the image of Charles and the royal family, portraying them in a negative light amid the unfolding scandal. Beyond the personal implications for Charles and Camilla, journalists and commentators raised broader concerns about national security and surveillance practices within the monarchy. Lord Jacob Rees-Mogg voiced suspicions that the phone call might have been intercepted as part of a security screening or surveillance operation conducted by MI5, the security service. This suggestion sparked further debate about the extent of privacy afforded to members of the royal family and the potential vulnerabilities within their communications. The aftermath of the leaked phone call underscored the challenges faced by the royal family in maintaining a balance between their public duties and private lives. It highlighted the intrusive nature of media scrutiny and the implications of personal indiscretions on the monarchy's reputation and legitimacy. For Prince Charles, the incident represented a significant setback in his quest to establish himself as a credible and respected future monarch. Not stopping there, Diana discovered unsettling evidence of the depth of Charles's feelings for Camilla. During a moment of routine planning, Diana described how Charles casually produced photographs of Camilla from his diary. This revelation struck a discordant note in their already fragile relationship, highlighting Camilla's ongoing presence in Charles's thoughts and affections. The discomfort deepened when Charles received a gift of cufflinks adorned with entwined C's, reminiscent of the Chanel logo, a clear symbol of Camilla's enduring influence. Charles openly acknowledged to Diana that these cufflinks were indeed a gift from Camilla, further underscoring the reality that his heart and loyalties were divided. For Diana, these discoveries on her honeymoon were more than mere revelations of Charles's infidelity. They were poignant reminders of her vulnerability and isolation within her marriage. Despite her hopes that marriage would bring fulfillment and closeness, she faced the stark realization that Charles's heart belonged elsewhere, complicating her journey as a newly minted princess and wife. Besides, Diana's realization of Camilla's gift of cufflinks to Charles became a pivotal moment in their relationship. In her interview with biographer Andrew Morton, Diana recalled the shock and indignation she felt upon confronting Charles about the gift. She bluntly asked him if Camilla had given him the cufflinks, to which Charles admitted and dismissed it as a gesture from a friend. This revelation sparked a heated argument driven by Diana's profound sense of jealousy and betrayal. Despite Charles's attempts to downplay the significance of Camilla's gifts, the rift between him and Diana deepened. The incident not only confirmed Diana's suspicions, but also intensified her feelings of insecurity and isolation within her marriage. The public facade of royal harmony began to crack under the weight of their personal turmoil. In response to the escalating tension and the risk of exposure, Charles took elaborate measures to conceal his relationship with Camilla. As detailed in Morton's biography, Diana, her true story, Charles enlisted the aid of his staff in orchestrating elaborate cover-ups. For instance, his valet was tasked with drawing on TV listings to create the illusion that Charles was at home watching television when, in fact, he was with Camilla. Additionally, Charles's chef was instructed to prepare meals for him on evenings when he was away with Camilla, ostensibly to mislead Diana about his whereabouts. The lengths Charles went to in order to maintain secrecy underscored the complexity and intensity of his involvement with Camilla. Despite his public role as Diana's husband and future king, the clandestine nature of their relationship strained Charles's marriage to Diana and further eroded trust between them. One particularly striking example of Charles's efforts to avoid scrutiny occurred when he broke his arm. Aware of Diana's presence in his life and the potential for awkward encounters, Charles instructed his staff to monitor Diana's movements to ensure she did not unexpectedly appear while Camilla visited him in the hospital. This precaution highlighted the extent to which Charles prioritized shielding his affair from public exposure, even at the expense of his already strained relationship with Diana. In addition, the next event in question was Camilla's sister's 40th birthday party, a gathering attended by mutual friends who were privy to the clandestine affair between Charles and Camilla. Diana, aware of the whispers and rumors surrounding their relationship, made a bold decision to attend the party despite the awkwardness and tension it promised. Reflecting on the evening in private recordings for Andrew Morton's biography, Diana described her arrival at the party as a significant act of courage. She recalled feeling acutely aware of the underlying tensions and expectations as she navigated the social gathering where her husband's mistress was also present, celebrating her sister's milestone. As the evening unfolded, Diana's worst fears seemed to materialize when Charles and Camilla unexpectedly slipped away from the party guests. In a candid moment with Morton, Diana recounted the unsettling realization that Charles and Camilla were absent from the room where they had all been socializing together. This sudden disappearance stirred a mix of emotions within Diana, intensifying her suspicions and prompting her to take action. Determined to confront the truth, Diana decided to search for Charles and Camilla, despite the discomfort and resistance from other party attendees who were aware of the affair. She recalled encountering opposition from those who attempted to dissuade her from pursuing Charles downstairs. Diana vividly remembered being urged, "Diana, don't go down there," a plea that underscored the awkward and painful reality of her situation. Undeterred by the attempts to shield her from the truth, Diana persisted in her quest for clarity. She braved the social and emotional minefield of the party, driven by a need to confront the undeniable evidence of Charles and Camilla's relationship. Her actions that evening revealed a poignant blend of vulnerability and courage as she grappled with the public scrutiny and personal anguish of her marriage unraveling before her eyes. Princess Diana's revelation in the 1995 BBC One Panorama interview brought to light the turbulent dynamics of her marriage to Prince Charles, including her own struggles with infidelity and the profound impact of Charles's relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles. In her candid discussion, Diana acknowledged the complexities of their marriage, describing it as crowded due to the strains caused by their respective indiscretions. Despite her own extramarital affairs, Diana did not overlook Charles's ongoing relationship with Camilla, which she viewed with deep resentment and hurt. One of the most dramatic moments came to light during a birthday party for Camilla's sister, where Diana decided to confront Camilla directly about her relationship with Charles. In the documentary, Diana in Her Own Words, Diana revealed the inner turmoil and courage it took to make a surprise appearance at the event. Driven by a mix of emotions, including frustration and a growing sense of betrayal, Diana interrupted a conversation and requested a private conversation with Camilla. Despite feeling terrified, Diana found the strength to confront Camilla about her suspicions. In a poignant exchange captured in taped recordings, Diana recalled telling Camilla, "I know exactly what is going on between you and Charles." Camilla's response was confrontational, reflecting the tension between the two women. She pointed out Diana's enviable position and questioned what more she could possibly want, given her status and family life. Diana's heartbreaking reply underscored her deep emotional turmoil, expressing her desire for Charles's love and fidelity above all else. Despite the intensity of the confrontation and Charles's reported fury over the incident, Diana experienced a profound shift in her emotions afterward. She described waking up the next morning feeling a tremendous shift, as if a weight had been lifted. Speaking about her newfound sense of empowerment, Diana reflected that confronting Camilla was a pivotal moment, allowing her to voice her feelings and assert herself in her marriage. The revelation of King Charles III's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles was a poorly kept secret long before Princess Diana publicly acknowledged the complexities of their marriage in her now infamous BBC interview. Behind the facade of royal pomp and ceremony, whispers of Charles and Camilla's relationship had begun to circulate within the corridors of British press and public perception. Royal correspondents, tasked with unraveling the intricacies of Charles and Diana's marriage, were among the first to notice cracks in the fairy tale narrative. In the documentary Love, Duty, and Betrayal, the story of Diana, Camilla, and King Charles, former Sun executive Roy Greenslade revealed insights into the media's early suspicions. He recounted how journalists like Harry, Arnold, and Judy were persistent in probing the state of the Wales's union. Their observations hinted at tension and raised questions about Charles's close friendship with Camilla. However, the tabloid environment of the time was fraught with caution and skepticism. Despite acquiring photographs of Charles and Camilla during a romantic Mediterranean retreat, the press hesitated to publish them. Greenslade explained that the decision was driven by fears of shattering the illusion of marital bliss surrounding Charles and Diana. The media's reluctance stemmed from a desire to preserve the monarchy's image as a beacon of stability and tradition rather than risk the scandalous revelation of infidelity at its heart. The tabloid's dilemma reflected a delicate balancing act between journalistic responsibility and the preservation of public perception. Despite possessing compelling evidence of the affair, including the Mediterranean getaway photos, the media chose to withhold the story. This cautious approach allowed the narrative of Charles and Diana's fairy tale romance to persist in the public consciousness, shielding the monarchy from potential scandal. The separation and eventual divorce of Prince Charles and Princess Diana marked a significant chapter in modern royal history, characterized by immense public interest and scrutiny. The announcement of their separation in December 1992 was a moment that reverberated globally, reflecting not just the personal struggles within their marriage, but also the implications for the British monarchy itself. Former British Prime Minister John Major's announcement to the House of Commons added a layer of official acknowledgement to the unfolding situation. Major's statement, wherein he affirmed that there was no impediment to Diana becoming queen in the future, was particularly notable amidst the speculation and public discourse about the couple's marital issues. This declaration underscored the constitutional clarity surrounding Charles's position as the future head of the Church of England, irrespective of the marital discord. Simultaneously, Buckingham Palace issued its own statement, confirming the separation with a tone of regret and mutual respect. The palace emphasized that Charles and Diana had mutually concluded that their marriage would benefit from separate living arrangements while maintaining mutual affection and support for each other's public roles. This statement aimed to mitigate public concern and reaffirm the royal couple's commitment to their respective duties. However, the path to divorce was lengthy and complex. It wasn't until August 28, 1996, that the divorce between Prince Charles and Princess Diana was finalized after years of public speculation and media scrutiny. The divorce settlement itself was notable for its financial terms, highlighting the substantial settlement Diana received. This included a lump sum payment amounting to approximately $22.5 million, along with an annual stipend of $600,000 designated for the maintenance of her office and charitable endeavors. The financial terms of the settlement, while generous, also reflected Diana's significant role as a public figure and philanthropist during her time as Princess of Wales. Her financial independence and ability to continue her charitable work were crucial aspects of the settlement, ensuring she could maintain her public profile and pursue her humanitarian efforts. Following Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997, Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles found themselves navigating a delicate path forward in their relationship amidst widespread public mourning and scrutiny. The couple had been discreetly seeing each other following Charles's divorce from Diana, and they were poised to step more into the public eye around the time of Camilla's 50th birthday in 1997. However, Diana's sudden and shocking death in a car crash in Paris on August 31, 1997, dramatically altered the trajectory of Charles and Camilla's relationship. The tragedy cast a somber shadow over the royal family and the entire nation, prompting Charles and Camilla to maintain a low profile as Britain and the world mourned Diana's passing. The public sentiment was overwhelmingly focused on honoring Diana's memory, and any public display of Charles and Camilla's relationship was postponed out of respect for this mourning period. In the aftermath of Diana's death, there were steps taken to integrate Camilla more into Charles's life and the royal family. In 1998, Camilla was introduced to Prince William and Prince Harry, Diana's sons, indicating a gradual acceptance and integration of her into the royal fold. However, reports suggested that Queen Elizabeth II remained hesitant about the relationship, reflecting the complex dynamics and sensitivities within the monarchy and the broader public. Despite these challenges, Charles and Camilla's bond persisted, and Camilla played a supportive role as Charles navigated the complexities of royal life and public expectations. Her presence became more visible over time, culminating in significant events such as Charles's 50th birthday party in 1998, which Camilla organized. This event signaled a growing acceptance within the royal family and among the public of their relationship. Over the years, attitudes shifted, and eventually Charles and Camilla's relationship gained broader acceptance. They married in a civil ceremony on April 9, 2005, at Windsor Guildhall, followed by a service of blessing at St. George's Chapel. The wedding marked a significant moment in royal history, demonstrating the monarchy's evolving approach to personal relationships and public perception. As they ascend the throne, Charles and Camilla still face a pivotal moment where they must reconcile public opinion with their responsibilities as monarchs. The public's lingering disapproval of their past has been a persistent challenge. Yet those close to the couple and observers of royal affairs argue that it is time for a shift in perception. Grant Harold, Charles's former butler, emphasized the importance of moving forward from past judgments. He acknowledged the complexity of public opinion, but affirmed that Charles and Camilla's marriage was a decision that brought stability and happiness to their lives. He suggested that closing the door on past controversies would allow the public to focus on the present and the future of the monarchy. Deborah Mitchell, Camilla's facialist and someone who initially admired Princess Diana, spoke positively about Camilla's influence and demeanor. She noted Camilla's warm personality and friendly nature, which have seemingly won over those who were once critical of her. Mitchell's perspective reflects a sentiment among some that Camilla has played a positive role in Charles's life, providing stability and support as he navigates his royal duties. Former royal staff, including a chef who worked closely with the couple, echoed this sentiment of stability and influence. They highlighted Camilla's role in Charles's life over the past 17 years of their marriage, emphasizing her supportive presence and the positive impact she has had on him. Royal biographer Penny Junor echoed these sentiments in her book, The Duchess, noting that Camilla has been a source of courage and encouragement for Charles in recent decades. Her influence, according to Junor, has played a significant role in shaping Charles's decisions and actions as he prepares to assume the responsibilities of the throne. Queen Elizabeth II, who had previously shown reluctance and disapproval toward Camilla due to the circumstances surrounding her relationship with Charles, was particularly cautious about endorsing the title of Queen Consort for Camilla. However, over time, the relationship between Camilla and Queen Elizabeth thawed. Reports indicate that despite initial tensions, they eventually reconciled, with Queen Elizabeth gradually accepting Camilla and even publicly expressing her support. This change in attitude was evident when Queen Elizabeth acknowledged in a statement just before her Platinum Jubilee that she hoped Camilla would be known as Queen Consort when Charles became king, emphasizing Camilla's loyal service and role on Charles's side. The decision to grant Camilla the title of Queen Consort was significant, reflecting both a personal acceptance within the royal family and a strategic move to align with modern sensibilities. Initially, there were discussions that Camilla might be known as Princess Consort instead of Queen Consort, a compromise to soften public sentiment. However, Queen Elizabeth's endorsement of Camilla as Queen Consort underscored a shift in perceptions and signaled the monarchy's readiness to embrace Camilla in her role. While Camilla's official title as Queen Consort is now assured, it is noteworthy that in everyday life she will be commonly referred to as Queen Camilla. This distinction acknowledges her position and role within the monarchy, while also recognizing the public's familiarity and acceptance of her as a central figure alongside King Charles III. What do you think about the complicated relationship between Camilla and Diana? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.